card just flopped out. Consciousness. Okay, what do we have here? Buddha. The power of the mind. That's what's coming up here. The power of the mind. The power of the mind. Do you know how powerful your mind is? I feel like you do know, you must know because of the work that you do. We're in the same business community, and you know, we're all about that, realizing how powerful we are in terms of we can create and design the life that we want. But like, do you really know how powerful your mind is? So I feel like this is a call to make sure that we're not existing within our mind and dwelling in our mind where what we're thinking about doesn't feel good. You know, that, you know, it's that point of like, you're the authority. You as the awareness of your mind, like you're aware when you're thinking, right? Like there's the thinking mind and then there's the awareness. And you as the awareness have to become aware of when your mind is thinking and what is going on there in the mind. What kind of thoughts are going through your head? Are they constructive? Are they helpful? Are they encouraging? Are they optimistic? Are they uplifting? Or is it detrimental? Is it unsafe? Is it bullying? Is it degrading? Is it pulling you down? So that's really what I'm getting from this is this card is just becoming really clear and aware in those moments of what am I thinking about? And sometimes it helps just to tune into how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling low and bad and negative and feeling really shitty, then I know there's something going on inside of me, in my mind, in my heart somewhere, where I'm not in alignment with my true self, because my true self is clear. My true self is joyful. My true self is like a child. Nothing like weighted on me. There's no burden. I'm not carrying any burden. I'm not carrying any grievances. I'm not carrying any resentment. I'm not carrying any blame. So if you're not feeling like a child, then you know that there's something going on inside of you, likely in your mind, that is causing you to feel shitty. And that feeling shitty is simply an indicator that you're out of alignment with who you are, which is that expression of a child. Free, clear, playful, joyful, happy, doing what you need to do, going about your day, creating in life, you know? So this is, yeah, just a matter of becoming aware of those moments. And you know, I can very much relate to the fact that I have, as a, you know, brighter light, I feel like I've been in my life. I've always kind of been carefree and lighthearted and optimistic and hopeful. I can go to some very dark places inside myself. And it's in those moments where we have to step in as the awareness, as the directive principle of who we are, because our mind, we're not just in our mind. We're also in our body. We're also in our heart. We're also in our soul, you know, and realizing that like when we get stuck in those mindsets, those negative thinking patterns, that realizing like, okay, me as the awareness has to step forward right now and parent myself essentially and say, hey, listen, this is not the right way to talk to yourself. This is not going to get you what you want. This is not getting you where you want. You're just digging yourself a deeper hole. So let's stop. Let's, you know, let's be kinder to ourselves. You know, it's really important to like become the parent of yourself. Like, this is the thing. We are multidimensional beings, you know, so we have to become not only, you know, the inner child or like the childlike expression of ourselves, but we also have to parent ourselves, and we have to step in and become who we need to be in a moment as the moment calls for us. So if you're finding yourself feeling really shitty about life or a relationship, or you know, your relationship with your child or your work or whatever it is, it's just realizing that like if you don't feel clear and optimistic and excited about it, then there's some work that needs to be done in terms of clearing out the debris. There's something there that's blocking you from realizing that it can be a free and clear channel of like, this is where I get to express today. This is what I get to do today. This is how I'm creating today. This is where I get to go today. You know, like life is exciting. Life can be exciting. Life is meant to be fun. So like looking in on these moments where we're talking really negative to ourselves and not allowing it. Like, don't allow it. You don't allow your child hit you or to talk to you in a way that, you know, is not conducive of a healthy relationship, you can't do it either. You don't let other people talk to you shitty. You can't talk to yourself shitty. Like, that's number one. Bring it back to self. You can't, you know, it's like you have to treat yourself the way you expect other people to treat you, you know, but it's like, that's the last thing we're taught to do, you know? So yeah, just a call to be nicer to yourself, be more gentle with yourself, and become aware of those moments when you're existing in your mind in a thinking pattern that is not supporting you, and stop it and switch it up and say, hey, you know what? This is not working out for me. This pattern doesn't work for me anymore. And then how can you rewrite it? And I know that you have tools and support in the community of how we can do that, and definitely reach out, Mary, if you want to talk about this further, because I can definitely tell you what I've done. But you know, re-scripting these programs, because that's all it is. The voices in our head that are talking to us in a way that aren't supporting or encouraging us are basically just voices we heard growing up of other people's limitations, you know, and we don't have to live with that. You know, we can change the way we speak to ourselves. We can change the way we relate to the world. We can change everything, you know, but it starts with changing that inner dialogue, that inner voice, and how we relate to ourselves. So yeah, there's a lot here, and I'd be happy to expand further with you, Mary. So let me know if you want to dive into it a little bit, or follow-up reading, or I don't know. It's a very important point. It's such an important point, because we've all been conditioned to exist in such limitation and self-disempowerment, and now really is the time to let all of that go so that we can step into fully who we are, you know? And I've heard this before recently. It's like, we don't actually have to create the life that we want. We already resonate. Our true self already resonates at the frequency or vibration or whatever that it needs to create. The only thing that's stopping it is our own self-limitations. It's like we just have to remove the resistance and remove the disempowered thinking and conditioning and beliefs, so that who we are can naturally just create the life that we really want, because it's who we really are. Okay, so this is going a little longer than I intended, but yeah, thank you for letting me read you, Mary. It's such an important point. Be kind to yourself. Be aware of those moments when you're thinking not nice things about yourself. Stop it. Don't allow that. You're incredible. You're an aspect of life that is priceless. It's invaluable, who you are. Like, your existence is so important. And yeah, I just hope you know that, and I think you do know that, and I'm just here to remind you that. And yeah, thank you for letting me read for you. Reach out if you have any questions or want further expansion on this, and I'd love to hear anything you have to share about it in terms of what you got from it too. Okay, thanks, Mary.